Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today we will do a novel Kanthapura written by the legendary Indian writer Raja Rao. We will discuss this novel as a Sthala Purana and as a Gandhian novel. Before moving further, one thing, please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel and do prepare thoroughly for any of your exam. Be it any competitive exam, be it any theory exam for any university. If you are appearing for exam, if you are paying the fee, if you are giving your time and money both are very important these days, then do prepare thoroughly. Do not just give it a try and feel like we will study in last 2 3 days and it will be done. No, literature is a very vast thing in itself. Literature has got the history of more than 5,000 years. Please do study it thoroughly as possible. These are the few topics of this subject, MEG 07 of IGNOU, that you're supposed to cover. Non-fiction, Untouchable, Kanthapura, which we are doing today, Clear Light of the Day, Midnight's Children. There are some short stories, there are some poetries which are very important, and the play Mahesh Dattani's Tara. These are some videos. You can take the help from these videos also to go through some question answers. आज बात करेंगे कंठापुरा की. कंठापुरा, the very famous novel written by Raja Rao. The story of how Gandhi's struggle for independence from the British came to a small village in South India, Kanthapura, and it was published in 1938. It is regarded as the first major Indian novel in English. Kanthapura is the story of how Gandhi's struggle for independence came to a casteist South Indian village, Kanthapura. This is the preface of this. Preface of Kanthapura written by Raja Rao himself. He writes here, we cannot write like English. We should not. We cannot write only as Indians. Our method of expression has to be a dialect which will someday prove to be as distinctive and colorful as the Irish and the Americans. तो ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश से अपने आप को थोड़ा सा अलग करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं बेसिकली. एंड ही सेइंग कि जिस तरीके से आयरलैंड के लोगों ने, अमेरिका के लोगों ने राइटिंग्स में अपनी एक अलग आइडेंटिटी बनाई है इंग्लिश राइटिंग में ही, वी आर ऑल्सो सपोज टू डू द सेम. वी कैन नॉट इमिटेट ब्रिटिश पीपल. Kanthapura, you know, is a 1938 novel set during the early days of the Indian struggle of independence. और इस इंडिपेंडेंस को उन्होंने एक फिक्शनल विलेज के लेंस से दिखाया है. Let us go for the introduction of Raja Rao as well, a very prominent writer of 20th century India, known for his novels and short stories basically. He began issuing his first stories in magazines and journals, although in 1931, but his first novel, Kanthapura, came to be published in 1938. And he is very famous for this novel as well, The Serpent and the Rope, which is considered to be a semi-autobiographical novel telling about the search for spiritual truth in Europe and India. मेटाफिजिक्स से बहुत जुड़े हुए थे. इनके बारे में बहुत फेमस है कि विच राइटर बिलोंग्स टू द मेटाफिजिक्स. डायरेक्टली योर आंसर शुड ऑलवेज बी Raja Rao. He established himself as one of the greatest Indian writers and also received Sahitya Academy Award in 1964. Always know your novel thoroughly and then only go for question answer session. Kanthapura as a Sthala Purana. This is a very popular question from this particular text. तो पहले देखते हैं कि स्थला पुराना क्या होता है. You need to define in your answer what do we mean by the term Sthala Purana. Sthala means a place and Purana means story. Let us read it now. Vernacular South Indian texts or oral traditions telling the traditional stories of a particular localities, villages, and temples. And Raja Rao describes Kanthapura as a Sthala Purana, which he defines as a legendary history. Although I am telling you a fictional place created by Raja Rao, but still it gives an impact in the minds of the reader that they are studying some legendary history. Sthala Purana क्या होते थे? कुछ ancient texts of the Puranic literature. As the name suggests, Sthala means place or region and Purana means ancient tradition or tale, primarily describes the traditional stories of that region, place or temples. और ये story जब एक टेक्स्ट की तरह थ्रो करती हैं कुछ लाइट about the history of the place, about the history of that particular region, why this place is so famous, how did this place get its name, then we will consider it to be a Sthala Purana. Let us go for these examples, and you can also mention the examples in your exam as well while giving the information about Sthala Purana. For example, Ayodhya. Ayodhya का जब भी नाम सुनते हैं, we think about Lord Rama, am I right? So Ayodhya is widely regarded as the birthplace of Lord Rama. The same way, Mumbai. Maybe many of you know, many of you do not know. Mumbai is the city named after Mumba Devi, which is the mother goddess of Mumbai, and it means mother in Marathi language. Jaipur gets its name from its founder Maharaja Jai Singh II, the great warrior and astronomer, and Rameshwaram. इसका mention Chennai Express movie में भी था, if you can recall. It means Lord of Rama according to Hindu epic Ramayana. Rama, the seventh avatar of God Vishnu, prayed to Shiva here to absolve any sins that he might have committed during his war against the demon king Ravana. रावणा के साथ युद्ध में अगर किसी भी तरीके का कोई पाप हुआ है तो वो नलीफाई हो जाए, उसके लिए एक प्रेयर की गई थी इस प्लेस पर, एंड हेंस इट गॉट इट्स नेम रामेश्वरम. So this is how Sthala Puranas are automatically created. Now let us go through these preface lines again, and now you will understand the meaning of these lines from the lens of Sthala Purana. We cannot write like the English, we should not, we cannot write only as Indians. We have grown to look at the large world as part of us. Our method of expression, therefore, has to be a dialect, which will someday prove to be as distinctive and colorful as the Irish or American. Time alone will justify it. यहाँ पर राजा राव ने बात की है कि हमें कुछ डिस्टिंक्टिव क्रिएट करना है जो कि इंग्लिश में भी हो, लेकिन साथ ही साथ एक इंडियन फ्लेवर भी प्रोवाइड करे और इंडिया को, इंडिया की राइटिंग्स को पॉपुलर भी करे, बट नॉट इन द वे दैट इट लुक्स लाइक कि वी आर इमिटेटिंग ब्रिटिश पीपल, इंग्लिश पीपल. सो ही सेज कि हमें भी अपने लिटरेचर को इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में ही बहुत कलरफुल, बहुत डिस्टिंक्टिव बनाना है, और उसके लिए शायद उन्होंने स्थला पुराना जैसी राइटिंग्स शुरू की, जिसमें कि एक फिक्शनल विलेज को दिखाया गया और पूरे इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट किया गया. Now let us see some points. Please elaborate each and every point. This will really beautify and create a perfect answer for you. Rao describes Kanthapura as a Sthala Purana, which he defines as legendary history. This place, yes, seems like somebody is telling something about a very great historical place. Kanthapura is a Gandhian story which appears more as a Sthala Purana. It is dominated by the place and not by the people. You will learn about it slowly and steadily कि it is the story not of a particular person. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक particular person को centralize करके novel लिखा गया, but it shows the struggle of the whole place. Raja Rao has not created any heroes or heroines. It is not the story of any action, of the action of any particular hero, action of the whole village. It is the story of the actions of the entire village. Fight against the forces of British imperialism and the sufferings of the people as a whole again. And the village rose as one man against foreign rule. So in this whole novel, basically Raja Rao writes about the future history. He is telling something which will create history in future and will be called Sthala Purana, particularly of the aspect which relates to the rising of people. Listen carefully, rising of the people, not a particular person, against the foreign rule in the country. Hence, it becomes the story of a sthala, not the story of a human being. फिजिकल लेवल पर भी बहुत अच्छी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं हमें राइटर इस प्लेस की. कांटापुरा इज अ रीजनल नॉवल एंड as such we are given a detailed account of its landscape, the geography also, of its crops, of its poverty, of its division into various quarters, and of illiteracy, superstitions, rivalries, and jealousies of people. So overall, how a village operates, how a place operates. That is the detail given by the writer to us. The novel is a portrait gallery, I'll say, full of the portraits of number of living, breathing human beings. They are both major and minor figure, and both come to life in the hands of the novelist. The whole village basically is personified by this writer Raja Rao. Raja Rao tells us, Raja Rao has always been telling, not only in this particular story, he always used to say in his interviews, in his writings, that every village in India has a Sthala Purana. And maybe to some extent that is true too. In this novel, he has given us the Sthala Purana of a South Indian village, Kanthapura. We know that. So it tells us about the bold topographies of the place and manners, custom, habit, tradition of the people. He draws a clear picture of their past, their present, their myths, their legends, their ideals, and their beliefs. He shows us how the message of the Gandhian non-violent fight for independence has reached to this village, Kanthapura, and how this message, basically, this provocation, has ended all the differences in the caste-ridden village and imbued them with the spirit to fight. गांधी जी के इस मैसेज ने पूरे विलेज को फाइट करने को कैसे इंस्पायर किया और पूरा विलेज कैसे एक यूनिट की तरह एक्ट करता है against Britishers. This is the story of this Sthala Purana. Now we will go for this next topic, Kanthapura as a Gandhian novel. You know a lot about Kanthapura now, and in the beginning of the answer, always do write some introduction about the novel, some introduction about the novelist as well. वहां से शुरू करिए, do not directly jump here. उसके बाद ये सब लिखना शुरू करिए जो अब पढ़ाया जा रहा है. Kanthapura, written by Raja Rao, is considered to be one of the most important pillars when it comes to Indian writing in English. It gives a socio-political and economic issue of the colonial India. इंडिया कॉलोनाइज था उस टाइम पर जब पब्लिश हुई थी, उस टाइम भी 1938 का. डू नॉट फॉरगेट दैट. पोस्ट colonial novel है which attempts to showcase India and its relationship with the colonizers, British people. The novel is also considered a Gandhian novel because the novel is very directly influenced by the teachings of Gandhi, including non-violence. सबसे पहली चीज तो non-violence की strategy जो adopt की जाती है by the character Murthy. That makes it a perfect Gandhian novel. Satyagraha as well as subversion of caste system and untouchability all are practiced by this person Murthy, and Murthy becomes a figure of little Gandhi. कुछ पॉइंट्स देख लीजिए, इन पॉइंट्स को elaborate करिए as per your knowledge of this novel. This will again create a beautiful answer. The novel shows the influence of Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence, where the character Murthy was directly influenced by Gandhism. He follows his ideal stating. इस लाइन को अगर आप as it is याद कर पाए तो बहुत अच्छा है. ये लाइन वो कहते हैं, there is but one force in life and that is truth. And there is but one God in life and that is the God of all. oneness को propagate किया मूर्ति ने बिल्कुल गांधी जी की तरह. He admired the ancient texts and Gandhian narratives as he realizes its significance in one's life and starts to preach about Gandhi's preaching of love, abolition of untouchability and non-violence. It is also further seen in the novel where the strength of non-violence emerges from within a masculine factor to defeat and resist colonialism. पूरे village के अंदर एक non-violence की feeling आ जाती है and the whole village is readily agreed to resist colonialism. Do not forget the fact that the novel is about the days when Indians were struggling for independence under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. The novel describes the events that take place in the Kanthapura under the impact of Gandhi's non-violence and non-cooperation movements in 1930s. और ये novel पूरी long battle और long fight को narrate करता है which was fought by the masses under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi ji is just a metaphorical presence in Kanthapura, but I'll say an absent hero. It was Gandhi's greatness that he produced thousands of little Gandhis throughout the country, and this person, Murthy, was one of them. Murthy, a young student of Kanthapura, is the central figure of the novel. Murthy gives a practical form to the Gandhian program of all the Gandhian ideologies, be it following Swadeshi, non-violence, and always speaking truth. Murthy tried to practice each and everything that he learned from the personality of Gandhi. So in the end, we can say that we can call the novel Kanthapura to be a Gandhian novel, no doubts about it. But this is the irony: the great Mahatma himself does not appear at all in the novel. Raja Rao has made the readers still feel the presence of Gandhiji without introducing him in the novel. This is the beauty of the writing of Raja Rao. So we can call this person to be Little Gandhi. Please provide your valuable feedback in the form of comments, and if you want to join the classes to cover the topics in detail, you may click the link given in description. During the classes, you will get live interaction with the faculty as well as PDF of all the topics.